Good morning. Happy Monday. Can you tell I'm a little chilly? I got my blanket. Sorry, I'm chewing my vitamins. I should have finished them before I hit the button. It is cold here today, people. I'm not happy about this. But anyway, hi. How's your week starting? It's really early. You're probably like, my week hasn't even started yet. I'm barely out of bed. I have something on my mind. So who better to share it with than you, right? Okay, so here's the deal. Do you know that song? Let's give them something to talk about. I don't even really remember what it was. That just title just came to my head. So, good morning. If you're popping on here, say hello. Facebook gives me an eyeball and a number, but it doesn't tell me who you are, and I would like to say hi to you. Spread love everywhere you go. Let no one ever come to you without leaving happier. That was a quote by Mother Teresa. So over in my group, Guarding the Gate, which it's probably going to be getting a little bit of a facelift, a name change, a little bit of a redo. This blanket is huge, you guys. We've been doing a 21 days of encouragement series. And that quote popped up yesterday. I think it was yesterday or Saturday. Yesterday or Saturday. Anyway. And it really got me thinking. Let no one ever come to you without leaving happier. Do you ever give any thought to the impressions that you are making on other people? Many times we'll have an encounter with somebody, it might be somebody we know, it might be somebody we don't know, and we'll walk away from that encounter and we'll be like, wow, they were in a bad mood, or she was a real jerk, or wow, that person, they were really kind. We are so focused on how that other person made us feel, like, God forbid if they offended us, or God forbid if they said something that we didn't like, we're so focused on how that person made us feel. Do you ever stop and think how that person feels after their encounter with you? Do you ever stop and think about the impression that you are leaving on somebody else? Is it an encounter, or is it an impression that makes those people want to come back to you? Makes those people want to reach out to you again, or have more contact with you, or build a friendship with you? Or maybe if you never encounter that person again in your life, is that person going to remember that encounter with you? What kind of impression are you leaving on the people that cross your path? And that's something that I'll be honest with you, I don't really think about that very often. But one of the reasons, and it's so funny how God works when he's bringing things to your mind that maybe you should start working on or should start thinking about. So this quote came up over the weekend, and then last night I had a beautiful friend just post a super encouraging word for me. She just told me that she thought I was special. Out of the blue. It just came out of the blue. And that really got me thinking about impressions. Now, I don't view myself like that, you guys. How many of us do? We don't. Other people always see the good in us before we can see the good in ourselves. Isn't that true? It's sad. It's sad, but that's true. That's just the way it is. We're so hard on ourselves. And so that really got me thinking, what kind of impression am I leaving on the people that I encounter? And sometimes I don't like the answer that I am giving myself. I mean, obviously it's going to be maybe different impressions for different people because of the way I feel about different people. I don't know what that looks like. But anyway, I just thought, because that was really kind of thought-provoking for me this morning, I thought maybe it would give you something to think about as you start your week. So the other thing was that I heard this new song by Danny Gokey. I don't know if it's new. It was new to me. Do you love Danny Gokey? Does anybody else love Danny Gokey? Do you even know who Danny Gokey is? Another question. Love God, love people. That was the name of the song. It's simple. Love God, love people. And the words of that song, I'm going to find them and I'm going to post the lyrics up here. Because he just talked about getting back to the basics. Like, in this world that we are living in. Gosh, friend. I don't even want to talk about it. I don't even want to talk about the state of this world that we are living in right now. But it really boils down to love God and love people. What kind of impression are you leaving on people? Are you leaving a bad taste in people's mouth because all you're doing is spewing your political views at them? And if they don't agree with you, you're kind of just dismissing them, blowing them off, arguing with them, belittling them, judging them, criticizing them. That's not the way that we are supposed to be. We have so many differing opinions and we have so many different views, but when it comes down to it, we need to love God and we need to love people. And the loving God is a lot easier than the loving people. Right? I'm right. You know I'm right. So that just really got me thinking as to how am I loving people? What kind of impression am I leaving on the people that are in my life, the people that I come in contact with, even the people that might come across one of these videos on social media. I don't know, that might see a post or read a comment. What kind of impression is that leaving on them? Is it an impression that is going to point them back to Jesus? Is it an impression that is going to tell them, hey, that person, they love Jesus and they're pretty all right and they're pretty kind and we're not agreeing on this topic, but they're not being mean. Like, they're not putting me down, right? Man, I don't know. That was just my thoughts on this Monday morning, and maybe it will get you thinking a little bit as you go throughout your day, as you go throughout your week. I know it's going to stick with me. It's going to stick with me. So anyway, that's that. Happy Monday morning. Is that considered a TED Talk? I hear people say that sometimes, like, thanks for listening to my TED Talk. I'm not really sure what that means. I mean, I know TED Talks are like those really simple little short to the point kind of, maybe. I don't even know. That just goes to show you how secluded I am. I don't really know a lot of that stuff. But anyway, that's all I have for you this Monday morning. I hope you have a great day. And everybody that you encounter, think about the impression that you are leaving on them. Not so much the impression that they are leaving on you, because you don't have any control over that, right? You get to control your actions, your response, and the way that you don't get to control the way people perceive you. Okay, that's a whole different. I better stop. That could go on and on and on. Just love God and love people. That's all. Have a good week, guys.